Alright, Gunhound, episode 5. To my surprise, it is the last episode, the last level in the game. The objective is to capture the critical stronghold of the enemy, and we're gonna see in a short while a little bit of character development of Yuri. She really took the death of the Hound Leader to heart, and well, it's a little bit of a NGE maybe, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Light version, of course. Depression of the character. I'm not very good at Japanese. I'm actually don't know the language, but I do think that the voice acting is, well, nothing special. I think the levels are what bugs me the most about the voice acting. Really, it feels like some of the lines were recorded on a different day, in a different situation. Fortunately, Command steps up. This is quite a hefty intro here. It's gonna be we're gonna run into this kind of dialogue later in this episode when we encounter. Maybe let's not spoil who we're gonna encounter, although it's pretty obvious. Remember, Yuri. Remember the player. Hound Leader died for your mission, I guess. Let's not go into a blasphemy. Alright, with that psychological crisis dealt with, we're gonna go on a very hype kind of a first stage or first part of the last level. And that's where the feeling that I've been playing the game a little bit wrong, a little bit too slow, comes in, because the stage that follows after this is really it feels really good, because you are forced to. This is basically a shmup with a little bit of a different control scheme here, so you can't stop moving, you just slide to the front or to the back, and very good music also hypes you up. And I'm actually wanna go, I don't think if I'm gonna record that, but I'm gonna go revisit Gunhound and try to beat it a little bit faster now with constant use of the booster. And here's those guys are a little bit of a pain in the ass, especially if you are not shedded your armor, because I think to avoid them completely you have to engage your thrusters and jump over their shots. And it seems like, well, the best way to deal with enemies is just to destroy them in this game, just to destroy them before they can deal too much damage and you get swarmed. So here we have something I really like about really like in games, especially well action games, but RPGs also, is when the enemy boss or a mid-boss from the beginning of the game reappears in the game as a, well, maybe not a regular enemy in this sense like here, but well, he reappears and it's not like the last big enemy we're gonna encounter on this level, so that's pretty good. Of course Dark Souls come in mind, but I do like this thing. It even if like in Gunhound you don't have new powers, new stuff, it really feels like you're progressing through the game as a player, and your avatar is also seems stronger or more experience. You just have the a good like a vantage point or a comparison point. And here we encounter Wagner, who is, well, he's pretty impressed at Yuri's anger, so he's channeling a little bit of that Sith Emperor. The unfortunate side of Gunhound is all these cutscenes in the level are unskippable, so every time you fail you have to restart and you have to go through this dialogue again. Fortunately, the guy leaves a huge window right outside of his closest range, and you're able to take a good chunk of his health right away quite easily. Failing to avoid those beams, but this is easy enough. You just have to position yourself at the end of the ledge and just go on town, go to town actually, on Wagner here. That must have been a fun time in the sound booth. I always think that actors have a good time when they have to do corny dialogue. There's been the sequel, I think, to Revenge of the Titans, to Clash of the Titans. Just some kind of a Hollywood reimagining, recent reimagining of Greek myths, I think, about Jason. There were those two guys. I think the actor that played Saruman in the Lord of the Rings movies, and of course the Taken guy. How's he called? The Irish guy. And they really had a lot of. It was visible how much fun they have, like pretending to throw fireballs and energy bolts at the enemies, just going shoulder to shoulder, like in the olden times. I could really tell that in a very, very bad, not even mediocre, just bad movie. The redeeming quality was the old actors just having fun. Now this guy here, he is a pain in the ass. That was a very messy way to deal with a turret there. They really gave you almost no place to hide. For a long time you have to be on the move there, but you cannot go too far because then you'll go into that beam shooting down from the ceiling. And here you can see me. I'm taking way too long on these. I actually managed, here, sped up a little bit, and well, I didn't get as much score as I could for destroying all of those enemies, but all of those turrets. But you could see how sliding under them just made me avoid all their fire altogether. So, and I didn't destroy the enemy fast enough, so I had to shed my armor, but it's okay. Here's a little bit of a problematic problematic sequence. It would be nice if those bolts, if those thunders just took your health, but they also have a very heavy knockback on you. So they, if you get caught in one, you just get joggled between those two, and you basically die right away there. And here you could, if you could spot it, I actually learned something which might have been in the tutorial, and I'm just bad and I forgot, but which would be a very needed thing, a very needed technique for dealing with the previous bosses, and you could see me doing it there. Like, punching actually destroys enemy projectiles. So sometimes when I had to do some very strange stuff to avoid the enemy projectiles, I was actually supposed to punch them out of the air, I suppose. So this is really what I destroyed only on this last level. As you'll see in the boss, it's instrumental to beating the game actually. This is what makes me wanna revisit the Gunhound and maybe record a... do not hold your breath for that, but maybe I'm gonna record a full run if I ever get good enough, or at least to try out some fights with the punching of the projectiles. Now here is a kind of a horrible fight. It's against Damian, against this kind of strange power core, maybe AI, something like that. It's pretty hectic. You have to keep boosting around in this 0G environment. Oh, maybe not 0G, but with just a lot of sliding around. It's easy enough at the beginning, but then Damian goes... Oh, Damian! Which is a pretty cool way to pronounce it, especially that it is a very common name in Polish actually, Damian. Once you get it to low enough health, it goes ballistic on you, and it goes berserk, and it really speeds up the rotation of the beam, so there's a little bit of a ring around the rosy action going on there. It even turns red, so you see how pissed off it is. This is called visual design and visual language. Fortunately, I spared my armor up to this point, so I shed it in the last possible moment. I got as much HP as I could out of that. So that those attempts took me, I think, around an hour. I was pretty bad on the level up until I realized that you can punch projectiles out of the air and that you have to actually slide through most of that level. And now we're gonna have to stop the erebata. I'm sorry, I couldn't hold out the mispronunciation, or like pronunciation with a Japanese accent, I guess. It's really what cracks me up. Told you he channels Emperor. And here he goes a little bit into a Kafka direction, I think. Just pure hate. The greatness that comes out of hate. Oh, I can feel it. And after that shouting contest, we have the end of the final fight in the game, which I wasn't aware of. And as you can see here, I punched those chain gun missiles, or not missiles, but projectiles out of the air. He's very problematic, especially this attack right here. He charges up this huge laser and just swoops the whole width of the screen, and which means that well, you get no space, and you have to know that it's coming. So it's pure. It is signal, but it's you will not do it on the first try, I think, because there is a timing to go to right up right into him is very tight there, and you have to do that. And also you have to be very particular about his vacuum attack, which is gonna be around here. If you do this part bad, he grabs you and he pulls you right into his beam here, and that's what took me over an hour, I think, maybe around 2 hours here. And this is like complete bullshit. Those green balls here, especially that I ate one of them, but oh, I'm gonna make it look easy. And I'm gonna beat the guy right here. Mankind is not yet ready to be gods. And that's a pretty bad guy to go out laughing like that. That's what we want from our antagonists. Oh, sorry. It's a little bit of a hysterical laughter there. With that, little bit of tsundere, or however you pronounce that. We finish up Gunhound, which surprised me, but, well, that's it. The game was very fun. I think there is still a little bit to see because I finished it with just the basic guns, and there is a little bit to the customization. You can pick a different primary and secondary weapon, and I still wanna try beating it up. beating it faster than I did. And here we can see my mouse pointer making its comeback with a vengeance. It's been fun. It's certainly the feeling of beating that last boss. Well, it looked very easy once I only recorded the successful run, but it was really nerve-wracking, and well, it's good that I'm trying to record myself in a comfy variant, because I was swearing like a sailor and almost throwing my controller, which I don't do. I don't resort to physical reactions to my hardware. But that's Gunhound by Dracu Software, published by Playism. Very neat doujin game. Very cool music, very cool sounds, which is I think one of the most important things in a game. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you next time in another Russian game playthrough.